Okay, now we are going to talk about subtracting by place value, which can be much more difficult depending on what numbers you're given. So sometimes we're given really nice numbers to subtract. So I'm going to start with subtracting 238 and taking away 122. So first I'm going to decompose those numbers by place value. So my 2 in the hundreds place represents 200. My 3 in the tens place represents 30. And my 8 in the ones place just represents 8. Okay, so 238 is the same thing as 200 plus 30 plus 8. Now for 122, my 1 in the hundreds place represents 100. My 2 in the tens place represents 20. And my 2 in the ones place just represents 2. Okay, so now, even though when I decompose my numbers, I add addition signs to show how the number is created by all of the place values, we still need to remember that we're subtracting the bottom number from the top number. Okay, so I'm going to take away 2 from 8. And I'm going to get 6. I'm going to take away 20 from 30 and get 10. And I'm going to take away 100 from 200 and get 100. And then I can add the place values that I'm left with to get 116 as my answer. Okay, so sometimes things are nice and easy. We always have enough ones or tens or hundreds to take away. But sometimes things are not so easy. So let's practice with the numbers 116, and we're taking away 82. Okay, so I'm going to decompose this 116. The 1 is representing 100 in the hundreds place. The 1 is representing 10 in the tens place. And the 6 in the ones place is just 6. Okay. And then my next number that I'm taking away, 82, my 8 in the tens place is representing 80. And my 2 in the ones place is just representing 2. Okay. So now we're going to look at this and do the same thing here. We're going to take away the bottom number from the top number. Okay, now we know that the top number is a bigger number, so we are able to take that number away. We just need to figure out how. So we can easily take away 2 from 6, no problem, and we're left with 4. All right, but now this is where a lot of us get stuck. We think, okay, I have 80 or 8 times, and I have to take that away from 10. And that's really challenging. But you need to remember that you can take away that 80 from any place value. Okay? So even though you can't take away the 80 from the 10, you can take away the 80 from the 100. So I'm going to subtract that 80 from that 100. I'm going to move it over here to subtract it, and I'm going to get 20 when I subtract, and then I still have this 10 up here. I took 2 away from the 6, I took 80 away from the 10, and I still have this 10 up here that I'm not taking anything away from, so I have to make sure I bring that down and put it into my answer as well. Okay, so then I'm going to add together what I get. 20 plus 10 equals 30. Plus 4 will give me 34 as my answer. Okay, so again, when you are not able to take away something, you have to take it away from the next place value. Okay, go ahead and try solving by place value this subtraction problems on the next slide.